All right. I love a poll because we get the pulse of the people. And it's always interesting to see what you all think. And when it comes to Joe Biden and his cognitive decline, 7 out of 10 say it was apparent even before that disastrous debate. So Fox News polled individuals, and the question was Biden's White House honest and transparent? 68% said no. Only 29% said yes. And then when asked, when did it become clear that Joe Biden was cognitively declining? Was it before or after the debate? 68% said it was before the debate. We all saw it. We were talking about it. And then after the debate, it was 20%.
Yeah, well,
9% are still in denial.
I'm surprised it's only 7 out of 10 because we had so many examples. In fact, our producers put together a little montage of what the American people saw, and that's why we see these poll numbers. Watch this.
That $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
So this is what I find. It drove me nuts that everyone jumped off after the debate, because we've been sitting here on the couch and we've been saying, what was that speech? That made no sense. He doesn't know where he's going. He can't walk up steps. He can't walk down steps. And no other network, nobody was talking about it. No. And now, what do they think now? The American people were asked, even before the debate, do you think he was out of it? They said yes. So it must be so frustrating to be the Washington Post, the New York Times, CNN, and MSNBC, and tell you there's nothing to see here, he's fine, and at the same time go, the American people have shut you off, shut you out, and made their own decisions prior to the debate.
And listen, I have filled in as a reporter at the White House. You're in that White House briefing room, and I have such admiration and praise for my colleagues Peter Doocy, Jackie Heinrich.
What about the rest?
What
about the rest?
And the rest are just sneering at you. But it is interesting, Brian, you point out, now people are starting to come out and talk. Chuck Todd had this to say.
I will go to my grave believing that the debate was intentional for that. Anita Dunn and Jen O'Malley Dillon will deny it till they're blue in the face. They knew when the nomination was going to be, and they knew they needed to deal with this with an opportunity to make a change if it was necessary.
So he's suggesting that the inner circle, Joe Biden's inner circle, did it on purpose to get him out of the race and so that we could all see his decline, it would be exposed. When you watch that soundbite, though, I mean, we all lived through it. We did as a country. But to watch it again, I'm like, how in the world did his inner circle ever think that he could serve another 4 years? He couldn't even speak. He didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, it breaks your heart to watch someone get older and experience that. But on the national stage and to run for president, and Donald Trump's last line, I don't know what you said, and I don't know what you said, and I don't think you do either. That was the line that stole the debate. Everyone walked away like, he's right. Yeah.
Well, it ticked Trump off that people were saying, I didn't win the debate, that he just, he's inept. And he's like, what are you talking about? I sat there and took everything he threw at us, tried to make sense of it. And I think Trump won as much as Joe Biden lost. But here's the one thing. I don't have any proof of it yet. Maybe Jake Tapper does. But it made no sense to have a June debate. It made no sense because Trump was in May on trial. We didn't have conventions until July.
It was the earliest debate ever.
Yeah, no one even knew it. So they said, we are going to forget about the debate foundation or whatever.
So you're saying you agree with Chuck Todd?
I have nothing to go on, but I agree with Chuck Todd. The only thing I kept saying to myself, why does he want it? Because there would be a reason, because they always thought that Trump was not a worthy candidate. Now he's a convicted criminal. They could have got out of it by saying, I'm not going to debate him. I don't think he should be running for office. And we would have just moved on. Yeah. But instead, he demands an early debate. And what the result of that would be is that they have enough time to pick another candidate. The polls were terrible. He was about to get crushed by Trump. He was down by like 15 points. That's why Nancy Pelosi picked up the phone and said, put Donilon on. What poll are you telling Joe that he's even with, that he's within striking distance?
Anita Dunn said they did the debate early because they wanted America to see Donald Trump. They wanted him to receive more scrutiny for his rhetoric and his political agenda.
I don't believe she has lost all credibility. I have nothing on her. And I can't
agree
believe
with Chuck Todd?
I do.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.